Assalamu alaikum. In today's video, we will see another brilliant game of Mikhail Tal in which he made a strange sacrifice which at first could not be understood by anyone but later proved to be quite powerful. In this game, Mikhail Tal was playing against Paul Keres and he was playing as a white. So he started the game with e4, e5, knight to f3, knight to c6, bishop to b5. Rui Lopez opening a6 and bishop goes to a4. d6 and short castle, bishop to d7, unpin the knight and c3. c3 prepares this d4 move and the bishop can later also go to c2 to defend this e4 pawn after black plays b5. Knight g to e7, d4, knight to g6, rook to e1, bishop to e7, knight b to d2, h6, knight to f1, bishop to g5. Black is offering a trade to open this h file for his rook and later he can use it for the attack. That's why Mikhail Tal denied it. He played bishop to e3. Mikhail Tal already wants to play knight to e3. So now after bishop captures on e3, Mikhail Tal can play knight captures on e3. And that's what happened in the game. Black played bishop captures on e3 and knight captures on e3. Now black castled and bishop to c2 defend this e4 pawn. Rook to e8, queen to d2 develops the queen and connects the rook. Rook to c8, g3. And from this position all the fun begin in the game because after g3 Mikhail Tal has weakened this f3 pawn. And now black can play queen to f6 and attack it and develop this queen with a tempo. And that's what black does in the game. He played queen to f6 attacking the knight. But Mikhail Tal had some other plans and he played knight to d5 attacking the queen and sacrificing the knight on f3. Black didn't understand it why he was sacrificing, so he played queen captures on f3 and now bishop to d1. If we look at the board, there is no square for the black queen to go, but there's only one move which can save the queen for black and black played it. But if you wanna find out, stop this video and try to find the move. Well, black find it and he played knight to h4, a brilliant move. Why it's brilliant? Because now if Mikhail Tal captures the queen, black can play knight captures on f3 check. White cannot play f1 because after knight captures on d2 it would come with the check. So that's why king to g2, but now knight captures on d2 and black is winning because of the material. So that's why Mikhail Tal didn't capture the queen. The another threat black is making is queen to g2 checkmate. So that's why it's quite forced to play g captures on h4 and now black has this queen to h3 square and now the black queen is safe. Now it's Mikhail Tal turn to show us the brilliancy and he played knight to f6 check, sacrificing his knight and also forking this bishop, rook and the king. But black didn't accept the sacrifice and he plays king to h8. But let's see what happens if he captures the knight. After g captures on f6, queen captures on h6 and the simple threat is bishop to rook to e3 attacking the queen, and after queen moves we can play rook to g3 attacks the queen. So there's only one way to stop this and that is e captures on d5 and now we are defending this e3 square. But now white will play king to h1 preparing this rook to g1 check. So now knight to e5, rook to g1 check and bishop to g4 defends the king. But now rook to g3 attacks the queen and now queen to f1 check, rook to g1, queen to h3, rook to g3 and queen to f1 and after some moves. So that position is leading to a draw. And after looking this position, black thought that Mikhail Tal king is weak because of this open g file. And after knight captures, rook captures, he can play rook to e6 and rook to g6 and attack this Mikhail Tal's king. So that's why he didn't accept this sacrifice. He played king to h8 and after knight captures on e8, rook captures on e8, Mikhail Tal played h5, stopping the threat of rook to e6 and rook to g6. Black played bishop to g4 trying to exchange the bishop, but Mikhail Tal played queen to e3. There is a simple rule in chess. If you are up in material, always go for the trades, and Mikhail Tal is doing the same. Well, it's not good for black, that's why he didn't accept it. He played queen captures on h5 and now king to h1. Bishop captures on d1, rook captures on d1 and now queen to h4, queen to f3, king to g8 and rook to e3, rook to f8 and now queen to g3. Again Mikhail Tal is offering a queen exchange, but black denies it by queen to e7, and now f4. Mikhail Tal started advancing his pawn, so pawn captures, queen captures and rook to e8 attacking this e4 pawn. So Mikhail Tal played rook to g1, king to h7 and rook to g4 gives another defender to this e4 pawn. Knight to d8, e5, d5, rook to h3, and if you are thinking that black can play a knight to e6, but that's not possible because of rook captures on g7. And now if you capture with the knight, then queen captures on h6, king goes to g8, and after queen to h8 is a checkmate. And let's say you capture it with the king, but now same queen captures on h6, king to g8 and queen to h8 is a checkmate. So that's why you cannot advance your knight right now. So that's why black played queen to f8, rook to f3, king to h8, queen to f5, queen to e7 and b4, rook to f8 and now queen to h5, looking for some tactic. Knight to e6. Again Mikhail Tal sacrificed his rook by playing rook to f6, but it's very simple, you cannot capture it because of queen captures on h6 checkmate. That's why black played king to h7, but now queen to f5 check, king goes to h8 and rook to h4. Rook to h4 prepares some sacrifices on this h6 square. So king to g8, queen to g4. Queen to g4 is a very important and strong move because this pin this pawn on g7, and after that you cannot capture the rook on f6 and white can play a rook capture on h6. So that's why black played knight to g5 interfering in this g file. And now this pawn is unpinned, but Mikhail Tal said who cares about this pawn. He straight away plays knight at captures on h6, giving away his both rooks, but you cannot capture any of them. For example, if played g captures on f6, then we will play rook captures on f6. So now black has to move his rook to give a free space to his king for run, and after queen captures on g5, king to f8, this is not the position that black would want to play, so that's why it's not a good idea to capture on f6. Let's say you capture on h6, but now h4, again you have to clear some room for the king. After pawn captures, queen captures, king to f8, this is the same position, and again this is not good for the black. That's why he didn't capture any rook. He played knight to e4. But we are looking at the game of Mikhail Tal. Again he sacrificed his rook with queen to h5. Again there's a two-way you can capture this rook. Let's say first with the g captures on f6, but then rook to h8 check, king to g7 and queen to h7 is a checkmate. And let's say you capture this rook with the knight, but it's quite simple, rook to h8 is a checkmate. That's why you cannot capture this rook. And in this position black played g captures on h6, and this move still does not do anything for the black. And after rook captures on h6, black resigned in this position because you cannot play queen to f6 because of this e pawn. And let's say you play queen to g5, but now rook to h8, queen to g7 and queen to h7 is a checkmate. So that's why in this position computer is suggesting that black should play queen to h4, giving away his queen, and after queen captures on h4, black should play knight to f2, giving away his knight also. And after queen captures on f2, he should play f6 to give some space for his king to run. So now you know how much this position is bad for black, and that is the reason why he resigned in this game. I hope you like this brilliant game of Mikhail Tal, and if you like it, please like this video, subscribe to this channel to get more amazing and inspiring content.